Welcome to the final matchup of the Sweet 16. We have the 3-seed George Carmi versus the 14-seed runner-up of Season 1, Owen Patnaude, facing off to try and be the last person to punch their ticket into the Elite Eight. We'll start with George here because last season you didn't make the playoffs. This season you had a great score, got a 3-seed. The favorite clearly coming to this matchup based on seeding. How are you feeling? What's your confidence level looking like today?
I don't know. Confidence is a little low. I'm not going to lie. Seeding aside, Owen is not who you want to see in the first round. Owen knows his shit. Don't be fooled by that 3 and 14. I think Owen is the favorite here. But I'm excited. I'm excited to get going. I'm going to get fucked by Ride the Bus. I just know it. But I'm excited to be here.
And then Owen, you're of course in seeding terms the underdog, but you are the runner-up of Season 1. Have plenty of playoff experience, so you know these head-to-head games. You've lived and breathed them. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, bigger pool this time, bigger opportunity for the championship. I mean, Season 2 seems like the bigger fish here. So, everything that happened in Season 1 will all go away if you can win Season 2, really. So I'm here to win.
Very true. Trying to bury those Pulp Fiction demons that held you out of the championship last year. Looking at where we're at right now, this is the last matchup of the Sweet 16. And we see, Harry and Gooch. Gooch knocked off the defending champion, Doug, in their matchup to go on to the Elite Eight. Sammy with the close, maybe controversial win over Kevin, being the only upset. And then Josiah and Blake, and then Byron and K Meeks. And I just think it's so funny to look at because the seeding means nothing. This trivia is like silly. Like a lot of the scores were neck and neck. And like, what does seeding really mean? Like, how much does your trivia knowledge actually correlate to your ability to win these head-to-head matchups? But like, favorites are winning left and right. This is like a very like if this was a March Madness bracket, you'd be like, it's a really boring year. Like the favorites winning every one. So I don't know how that's worked out this way. Of course, we see more people starting to drop into the red as they get eliminated, but we have George and Owen. 25 points separated them in the regular season as we find out who's the last one into the Elite Eight. New episodes every Tuesday and Friday. Let's get into this battle. We got 3 sections today. We have a Guess the Poster, a Ride the Box Office, so Ride the Bus, but instead of Letterboxd, it's going to be boxed offices. And the final one's going to be Letterboxd on the money. I'll explain these as we go. Section 1 for Guess the Poster is going to be, speed-based. Whoever's going to get it first. There's going to be 10 posters total. But as people have been watching, I know none of these episodes are released at the time of you filming it, I'm picking incredibly hard snippets. So the point of this is I don't want it to be like, first one to say it wins, like a speed test. Yeah. It's going to take time to process a lot of these to be able to get these. So don't expect to get these all right off the rip. Okay. Some of them, of course, are easier than others, but these are going to be tough. So, and you only get one guess. Each of you only get one guess. If both of you get it wrong, we're going to be moving on. But if someone throws out a wrong guess right away, the other person's going to get like 10 seconds to think about it, more time to digest it. But let's go ahead and get in. We got 10 posters here. First one up.
Did you just look if you had the poster?
I was like, is there anything?
What are you looking at?
Is there anything?
Oh, I could see the top of someone's head.
There is a head.
Yeah, there is a head. Oh, I have a guess, but it's not right. I know it's not right.
Neither of you getting it. If none of you have a guess in 5 seconds, we're just going to call it zeros on this.
I mean, might as well guess. I'll throw out. God, I don't even know.
Exactly clones.
I'm gonna throw out Michael Mann's Thief.
Neither of you are right. It's Taxi Driver.
Oh,
Taxi Driver is right. Taxi Driver is correct. 0 points across the board on this one. Going on to the second poster now.
We're about to go 0 for 10.
We'll see.
The Exorcist.
Owen gets points with The Exorcist. The Exorcist is correct. 10 points to Owen with the early lead. And going into poster number 3 now.
Call him by our name.
Dog.
Owen picks up another one.
That is not the commercially released picture. Fuck off. What is that poster?
He still got it nonetheless.
Oh my God. That's
20-0. Owen pulling out to a little bit of a lead here. Next poster.
Dude, what? Oh, what am I looking at? I can't tell if this is like rope or if those are like, this is going to sound dark, if those are like dead people tied together.
Give you all a couple more seconds for a guess, otherwise it'll be zeros.
What the heck?
For some reason, I'm leaning towards like a war film. I really don't know what that is.
Yeah, we'll call it there. This one is the commercially used poster, but hard to get it from that. It's Alien.
Oh,
What the fuck?
the fuck is that?
Hey, I told you. I've learned my lessons. I can't let internet be the deciding factor here. Next poster, number 5.
Rebel Without a Cause.
Not Rebel Without a Cause. Owen, I'll give you 8 seconds.
Red. What's red?
That's what the red threw me off.
Red.
3 seconds.
Look, I don't know. Captain America.
Not Captain America. It's Barbarian. Barbarian. The
This
red stairs.
This is so embarrassing.
I mean, these are tough. At least Owen's not building up too much of a lead on you. So the other sections
I'm
still being played.
locking back in. I'm locking back in.
That is a
Poster
very
number,
red
we got
poster.
5 more left. Poster number 6 now.
Fuck, dude. What is the damaging condor?
I have a guess, but it's going to be so wrong, and it's gonna be so embarrassing if I throw this out. But I'm going to throw out Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
It's not Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Yeah.
Damaging con. What the fuck is
I
it
can't
called?
tell
Gives you
5 more seconds, Owen.
That's so interesting.
Juno.
It is Juno.
Wow.
That was correct. Incredible pull. If I'm not mistaken, don't you have a cat named after this movie, Owen? Did you?
My dog. My dog's name is Juno.
Dog.
I was like,
Juno.
it was like a logo of something, and he wears the
Yep. Going on to poster number 7 now.
I'm getting shit on right now, dude.
But
I mean, this should be easy. Like that's a very clear image.
who are these guys?
Yeah, I don't know who these guys are. That's my problem.
What? The fall? No, I didn't say that. That was my guess.
It doesn't matter. I'm not guessing shit.
What is this?
A couple more seconds and we'll give zeros across the board.
Fuck.
Oh, a guy with jetpack, guy with guns. Deadpool 2.
Not Deadpool 2.
I'll throw out the Suicide Squad.
Not the Suicide Squad. It is Free Guy.
Oh,
I was close. What? It was
Free Guy.
I
Alright,
studied this poster a lot.
We have 3.
Why?
We have 3 more posters to go in this section.
I need to lock in right now. Oh, what?
Civil War?
Wow, I was about to say that. Beat me by 2 seconds.
That is Civil War. 40-0 now. Owen has the score.
Yeah,
we have two
this is game over.
posters
This is game
left.
over.
2 posters left.
Age of Innocence.
Not Age of Innocence.
I need to look at that poster right now.
This is interesting.
Be 5 more seconds.
Dead Poet Society?
Oh,
Not
is
Dead
this,
Poets Society.
is this Amadeus?
It is not that either. It is National Treasure.
Okay, yeah.
Declaration of Independence.
Dude, god damn it.
All right. Final poster of this round. Final poster. Lock in.
No, this screams something Owen should get. What is that?
It's like a peacock.
Be 3 more seconds.
No idea.
This is crazy. Hold on. Don't say shit. Hold on.
You're giving Owen more time now, though.
All right, fine. Say shit. I'm not getting this. What is this?
His time's up. Owen was even right with the Peacock, but wasn't able to get the movie. Suspiria. Peacock, very big in Suspiria.
I've never seen this poster.
That is not the commercially released poster.
I've never
crazy.
seen this poster in my life.
Well, it's not the commercially released poster, but it's not like one of you gets commercial one and one of you doesn't. You both get the same one. Peacock, I thought when Owen said Peacock, he was going to get it there, but the section ends 40-0, Owen. So only 4 posters were gotten in that entire section. So not a good performance overall by both of you, but Owen's got the lead here going into section 2. But for this one, speed's not important. It's ride the box office. We're going one by one. So George is up first. Owen can take a step back. You're not going to be involved for a few minutes here. This is just like Ride the Bus Letterboxd edition. However, it's going to be box offices instead of Letterboxd average ratings. So George, it's your turn to see how much you can get. You get 10 points for each one you get right. Starting out with Jaws, which made $477 million at the global box office. Did Ready Player One make more or less, George?
That's such an annoying one to start with. 2 Spielbergs. I know how like beloved Ready Player One was as a book, and I know obviously at that point Spielberg was the GOAT. I'm like weirdly thinking more. I can't imagine. Don't lock that in. No, do not lock that in.
Gut saying more though.
Okay, my gut is saying more. I'm going to go with more, which could be completely wrong. If this movie made $1 at the box office, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm going to go with more.
It did make more. $583 million. You got 10 points. You've gotten some points on the board here. Let's see how far you can ride. 583 is the new baseline. Next film, War of the Worlds, more or less than $583 million.
Why are you giving me so many Spielberg?
Of the world.
Because he's your guy.
He's your guy.
I haven't seen this movie in so long.
Shouldn't matter for the box office, though.
Is this domestic or worldwide?
Worldwide box office. Above or below 583, War of the Worlds.
That's so shitty, man. That's so shitty of you to do 3 Spielberg back to back, and not even like my 3 favorite Spielbergs. Fuck. I mean,
what's your gut saying? You don't have to lock anything in.
My gut is saying more. My gut is saying more here as well.
So more is where you're going with?
Don't lock. That's not locked in. We are not locking that in. Don't you dare lock that in. Fuck. Now you're bothering me, Tyler. Now you're bothering the shit out of me. All right. Fuck. I'm going to go with more. I think I'm wrong. I'm going to go with more.
You're right. Your gut's telling you things. You're getting them right. $604 million. Congratulations.
Tom
That's
Cruise.
so much. That's so much money for War of the
Cruise,
Worlds.
Spielberg.
Both kind of
I guess.
peaking at the time. Yeah.
That's fair.
So you got $604 million now is the new baseline.
Okay.
Saving Private Ryan, more or less than $604 million.
That has to be less. And that's not that's absolutely not a knock to Saving Private Ryan. Obviously,
we can knock Saving Private Ryan.
I mean, we're not gonna knock Saving Private Ryan.
Let's not.
But I like Owen brought up a good point. Like, I don't think Saving Private Ryan is as like attractive as a like Spielberg X Tom Cruise movie in War of Worlds. So I'm gonna go with less, but I could be wrong. But I'm gonna go with less.
Raise the roof.
Less is correct. 485. These are much needed points for you. You're picking them up. These are keeping you alive. You were dead in the water, but you're officially back in this thing for sure. Next film here. If you can't pick up the theme, we're doing Spielberg. We're doing Spielberg. Raiders of the Lost Ark, above or below $485 million, above or below Raiders of the Lost Ark.
All right, here's my like thought process. Like, I think Harrison Ford was that guy, like at this point in his career, and Spielberg was one of those guys. So that's a very attractive duo. Is it more attractive than maybe a Spielberg, Tom Cruise? I mean, Spielberg, Tom Hanks, Matt Damon war film? I'm gonna go with no. Don't lock that in. That's my. I've been going with my gut this entire time. My gut is saying it is lower than Saving Private Ryan, so I'm gonna go with lower.
You're still alive. You have now tied this thing up. It's 40-40 now. Raiders is less than Saving Private Ryan. We're on to the final one where you can take the lead. Obviously, Owen's still going to go in his ride the box office.
What Spielberg film are you giving me now?
$390 million is the baseline. To catch me if you can make more or less than $390 million.
Leo.
Yeah, Leo is Leo is such a box office draw. It's insane. And they had that insane premiere in the UK where they went like all out with like the airlines and shit.
That doesn't mean anything.
But like again, here's our question. Like, is Leo, Hanks, Spielberg a bigger draw than prime Harrison Ford Spielberg?
Well,
all right, Owen, let's relax. Calm down. Leo is such a box office draw. Like, it doesn't matter what he's in. But like, I can't imagine a movie about airplanes and is gonna gross more than Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like, that's film. That's a movie. I really want to ride this to the end, so I'm trying to like rationalize why Catch Me If You Can would have made less globally than Raiders. I'm gonna go with less, just because I don't have a good reason why it would have made more. So I'm gonna go with less.
You rode it all the way to the end. Very impressive. 50 points. You've taken the lead. This Ride the Box Office would have killed you dead in the water if you didn't get points here, and you got as many points you could get. Sounded like every single one your gut was in the right way, and then you like spent 2 minutes trying to rationalize why your gut is wrong and like almost getting them wrong. But you always resorted back to the gut and got
that was fucked going all Spielberg, because he's worked with some prime act. He's worked with like all of these actors are such massive box office draws, which makes it so tough. Like DiCaprio, Harrison Ford, Tom fucking Cruise. Like,
Spielberg movies have made more money than like anybody's movies. Like, just like he has so many of them, and they all make money.
Well, it's 50-40 now, and now it's Owen's turn. So George, take a seat. You're not up for a while. It's Owen's turn to ride the box office. First film we're giving you, Carlito's Way.
Oh, Jesus.
Made $64 million. $64 million at the global box office. Did Snake Eyes make more or less than $64 million?
Fuck. Okay. Here's how I like to play this, right? I don't even want to think about Carlito's Way. You know, has Snake Eyes make more than 64? Because that's just the question there. And I'm inconclusive. And so it's late career De Palma. It's a kind of a flop. But it is like the 90s. I think I'd go lower here.
That are you locking in?
Yeah.
Lower is incorrect. It made more than Carlito's Way. So Owen dominated the guest poster. George dominated the ride the box office. And that means it's all going to come down to section 3 for who's going to win this thing, because it's 50-40. But going through the rest of them, yours was a De Palma edition. Next was Scarface, which was less. Carrie.
Wow, really?
Less.
Jeez.
Black Dahlia, more. And then Raising Cane, less. So you had a De Palma special for yours.
Yeah,
0 points is what you get here, unfortunately.
Diabolical.
It's all coming down to the Letterboxd on the money. So how this is going to work is I'm going to give you 4 films here, and you're going to have to guess the average rating of each of the 4 and then add them up, and to be, say each film is like a 3.7, a 4.1. You add the 4 up, you'll get like a 13.2 or something as your total for these 4 average ratings. And whoever's closest to the actual correct answer is getting 25 points, getting all the points, which means you're going to be winning the episode since you're only 10 points separated. We've seen many times coming into this final question where someone's up by like 50. So cool. You get 25 points. You're still down by 25. You already lost, buddy. This doesn't matter here. Whoever gets this one right wins this episode. So the 4 films are Shutter Island, Airplane, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which should be very topical for both of you since you're both recording podcasts on it. I'm acting like I wasn't involved in that podcast. And Knight of Cups. So what you're going to do is take a couple of seconds, think about what the average rating is for each 4 of these, and then add those 4 up and submit your final answer. Like I said, of like a 12.7, 15.1, whatever. So think through them. I'll cut this out. Take as much time as you need. No cheating, and we'll see who's closest.
George, how much time do you spend on the Airplane Letterboxd page?
0. 0 time on the Airplane Letterboxd page. And I think Knight of Cups is going to fuck me because I have a number in my head, but I could be completely wrong.
Dude, I have no clue. All right.
Back to the trusty drawing board that did you so well in the regular season. All right. So you guys both got your scores for the 4 movies locked in? You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
jeez.
We'll snake back and forth. So George, what do you have for Shutter Island?
All right. Are we trying to rationalize this, or are we just going to give a score?
No,
Just
what?
lock in your score.
Okay. I'm for Shutter Island. I'm locking in a 4.2.
And Owen, what do you give for Shutter Island?
3.8.
All right. Now Owen, we'll go for you first. What do you give for Airplane?
3.5.
George?
I'm going to go 3.9.
And then George, Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
I'm going to go 3.4. I could see this being one of the lower
What's
rated.
the deal with going over?
It's not whatchamacallit. What's that game?
I don't even.
Not Family. Price is
Yeah,
Right.
dude.
Doesn't
Price is
matter
Right.
if you go over. Owen, what was your Rise of the Planet of the Apes score?
3.4 as well.
And then Owen, your Knight of Cups.
2.5.
George.
Wow. I'm saying 3.2
All right. So
because Knight of Cups has
You're
that
so high
crazy
for everything.
even graph.
all right. So for Owen, just to verify. So you had Shutter Island 3.8, Airplane 3.5, Rise of the Planet of the Apes 3.4, and Knight of Cups 2.5.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
I'm like-
George, you had
I'm
George-
like way lower than George is.
and then
I don't
George,
know.
you had 4.2 Shutter
Shutter
Island.
Island. I think Shutter Island's probably higher than I said.
is
George,
Knight of Cups as low as a 2.5? That's insane.
George
It's
3.9
not-
for
it's
Airplane
not
and
three. It's
3.4
not
for
three. It's
Rise.
something too.
3.2 for Knight of Cups. Is that what you had?
Yeah, God, that Knight of Cups gonna fuck me.
But
All right. So that means the total
Shutter
that Owen
Island-
has is a 13.2, and the total that George has is a 14.7. So George definitely higher than Owen on these movies.
yeah, I think Shutter Island's higher than I did, but I think Knight of Cups is definitely lower than what you put. But I have
Time
no
for the
idea.
big reveal. Time to
I
see
have
Wait,
who wins.
what were our final numbers?
13.2 was Owen's. 14.7 was George.
Wow,
Oh, brother.
that's a
So you're off by 1.5. The right answers 4.1, 3.8, 3.6, 3.3 for 14.8 being the right answer. So George gets it. Knight of Cups, a
3.3.
lot higher than Owen was expecting.
3-3.
Put some
is
respect on Terrence
insane
Malick's
for Knight
name.
of Cups.
And,
I was so
yeah.
close to guessing like 2.1, but I figured I know I'm in the minority on that movie.
Knight of Cups.
Yep,
Like,
you were both
yeah.
too low on Knight of Cups, above both of your guesses. And then
Damn, I almost clipped Shutter Island and Airplane. I figured I knew Shutter Island was in the 4s, but I didn't think it was as high as like 4.4. And then Airplane was a flat out guess, and I know it's like beloved, so I figured 3.9 was a safe guess.
oh, and you just double verified. Is it a 3.3?
Yeah, I was like, did I have to look at this?
You were so like sure too that I was like terrified because like like now Letterboxd has that freaking like average friends
No,
rating. I was
it's
like,
like
fuck, did I like
That's like,
accidentally do it?
What the heck?
But no,
Wow.
3.3 is quite shocking for Knight of Cups. That is that average. I mean, not even talking about if you like the movie or not. It's just the type of film it is. But it might be one of those things that selective watching. Like
I
the
even
people
had
who
to
are
look at
watching it are
song to
more likely to
song
like
too,
it.
because I feel like those were both 2s, but maybe I
Yeah, but
guess
like
it's
Knight
not
of
higher.
Cups has like one of those crazy distributions where they have
Oh,
like
yeah.
as the same amount of 5 stars as half a star. So
Was song to song higher or lower than Knight of Cups?
Song to song has 3.
That's crazy because it seems commercially stronger than Knight of Cups. But
I
regardless,
think more people have seen Song to Song though, so like
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. But regardless, George gets the 25 points. This is one of those that I thought I was gonna have to do a masterclass in trivia hosting where George was like so dead and over that I had to like act enthusiastic and act like there was hope still forward. And like there's nothing worse than getting to the final 25-point winner take all and being like Cam, like Cam was so far off. And then he's like halfway trying to think through his numbers. He's like, so if I get this, I'm still lost, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, great. Okay. So I hate when that happens. Did not happen here. Close battle, neck and neck. Owen just absolutely dominated the poster section, and then George made up for it with the guess the poster or ride the box office and the Letterboxd on the money is absolutely locked in. Only 0.1 off of the actual total, meaning you're going to move on to face off against Sammy J Reacts. K Meeks was the first member of the Looks Like a Movie podcast knocked out of the playoffs last season. He's the last member of the Looks Like a Movie podcast in the playoffs this season. Might be a change in the hierarchy of power within the Looks Like a Movie podcast universe, as K Meeks is becoming the dominant one pushing forward. But George, you are rounding out the Elite Eight. You got the win. How are you feeling? You had to have felt pretty terrible halfway through, but you pulled it out.
Yeah, that was a bad start on the posters. But I swear it should have been tied up after the posters because Owen beat me by 1 second on The Exorcist and Civil War. Like 1 second he beat me. So it could have been tied up after. But yeah, redeemed myself on the box office. And then, I mean, I can't even flex the Letterboxd stuff. That's flat out luck.
Oh, and how are you feeling? Brian De Palma's box office let you down a bit.
Yeah, no, I had no chance. Even like if I got Snake Eyes, the other ones were tough. Those are so low, and like the differences on those. But yeah, not like the craziest performance. The Letterboxd thing, I'm even just like I don't know. Those are weird ones. I wasn't totally in for those, but I'll be back.
Yeah, you'll be back for sure. Made the playoffs back-to-back seasons. The Brian De Palma was tough because obviously like Scarface for sure, and then Carlito's way to a level. And I mean, obviously Carrie, like, Snake Eyes made way more than all three of those, but it's usually only talked about by people in the film sphere.
Yeah, that one, even it's a weird one that made so much money because it's really seen like as like not a critical success for him. So it's interesting that it made so much money, but it's also, again, it's tough with the early, like the older movies, because those movies just didn't make as much.
Right. But yeah, it did make 103.9 million. I just, these things terrify me because when people get something wrong and I'm like, I get to the point where I'm like gaslit to be like, fuck, did I like put this wrong in the slideshow? No, it is correct. Snake Eyes surprisingly made good money, as Nick Cage was kind of that dude, I guess. Sure. But yep, there's the bracket. George and Owen, an all-time battle, very close, came down to the very end. Incredible work. New episodes every Tuesday and Friday. As the next episode you'll be seeing will be kicking off the Elite Eight. Don't know which matchup we're going to be starting it off with yet, but we got 8 people left. Owen, thank you for participating in this. We'll see you in season 3. And George, we will be seeing you in the Elite Eight. Peace out.